Alright, we're back with more BattleBit. This time we're on Namak, rocking the MP7. I think the Glock is my secondary. The MP7 isn't a gun that I use a whole lot, but I just prestiged, so I'm kind of lacking for options. And there was a challenge for it, so I figured, why not? I do know that a lot of people like it. It's got a pretty quick rate of fire, not a lot of recoil. And yeah, I ended up having a pretty good game with it, so... Started off chaotic, Namak always is. C is, you know, constant clusterfuck. I accidentally locked myself in a corner here trying to heal, and managed to get a little revive off. Trapped that guy with me, and then realized that we need to delete the entire barrier to get out. But we are right beneath my favorite place to be on Namak. I'm going to set it up right here. You'll see it if you haven't seen it before. This spot is broken. I don't have the best gun to take advantage of it right now. I prefer to be up here as support with like an LMG. The Ultimax is great for it, but you can just wreak havoc from here. People tend not to look here as much, and you have so much cover if you build up the barriers. You've got good lines of sight. You can defend multiple angles. It can be pretty crazy. Throw down a supply crate too, and you're set for a while. So I decide, not a lot of action, and I don't have a good gun for it, like I said. So I jump off, get killed, and get rezzed. Luckily, that is a pretty fortunate start, I would say. Not often that you get rezzed in this game. This spot ends up being really chaotic too, especially with the smoke that one of my teammates threw, so I just decided to go in with the C4, almost get those guys, and then I know there's no chance of getting rezzed there. So I'm trying to spawn back. Would have liked to be on the outside, but I spawned back directly on C and just start nading. I think on a map like this, where it's crazy, throwing your nades right when you spawn is a completely viable option. I mean, you're going to end up with kills more often than not from doing that. Yeah, trying to push towards A, and they've got it locked down still. This is a pretty tough spot to push out of. And I end up deciding to go back towards C. I see that some of our teammates are getting killed along the outside, so I want to help support out there. And I just prefer fighting in this area too. I think it's a little more fun. You'll notice again, all the barriers, I think they're super important. They give you cover, and I mean, this is a game of angles, right? Pretty much any shooter is, but I think BattleBit, it's especially important to control your angles as much as you can, because there are 64 people on the other team, so you could get shot from 64 different directions at any time. I don't really do the 127 too much. I think it's a little too much for me, and the maps get kind of really spread, but this is the perfect medium. And you'll see me trying to control angles as much as I can throughout this. So I know there are going to be guys to the left over here. I know there's that guy through that window that I shot and didn't get the kill on. Almost get that guy. I feel like I got enough shots on him, but you know how it goes. See, that guy climbing up to nowhere. But yeah, they got a pretty solid flank there, so they're probably going to take C here. So I just spawn in, chuck nades. Get a res on my guy here. But I know the push is going to be coming, so again, the barrier is going to help us out. He gets naded. I don't know how I didn't die from that if he did. Yeah, res him again. It's not looking great for us. We don't have, I think a lot of our team pushed to A, so just trying to hold this down for as long as possible. Managed to get one more guy there, and then that nade gets me. J Money taking down your boy. But yeah, you can see there's an ocean of these dudes right here, and they took C without really any issue. Our team has A now, but I like to kind of make sure that we keep our points. Sometimes I'll go for the flank kind of stuff. I think that's more effective on a map that has more space and where you can maybe set up a beacon or be able to really pester them from behind. Namak is so chaotic and cramped and small that I feel like you end up you keep your spawn point and then fight over B and C. It's my hypothesis on it anyway. What I feel is right. That was a pretty nice Kobe right there. I was happy about that. And this Oh. I mean, there's nothing more satisfying in a video game than that to me. I know people harp on the sound design in this game, or, you know, it was an issue for a lot of people. On Reddit, anyway, which is where people go to complain about whatever. I absolutely love the sound of that chunky C4 or the nade when you get like 4 or 5 guys with the same one. Oh my god, it is immensely satisfying. So that moment made the game for me. You know, I could have gone 1-20 from here on out and been happy. But luckily it doesn't play out that way. I get a few more kills, starting with Joe here. He was a little sad about it. This spot is, I mean, you know, everything on Namak is a little tricky because you got to make sure that they're not going to be coming from behind you, and they could be at any time. This dude did a pretty cool little vault to get me. But yeah, 26-5 already. We're racking up the kills quick. Hop on B to help my team cap, get a free 2,000 points. And then I like to flank kind of, you know, back towards our side to keep control of that, flush out any of them that are coming from there or trying to push further in towards us. And then again, the barriers, man, they're big. And this spot too, you know, you got a big choke point here where people try to push in. I think my own C4 got shot there. But that barrier ends up being important later on. You can get a lot of cover with it in an important choke point. So we lost C, and it's going to be quite the fight to get it back. Sometimes, you know, if I'm playing with a longer range gun, I'll really try to get back to... Saw that little guy hiding. I'll try to get back to that spot that I was talking about earlier, the little... I don't even know what that thing is. Little hut that guy's on top of, the one on the other side, where you can set up the barriers and all that. I think that's a great place if you have something with better range. But I've got an SMG, so I'm staying close range as much as possible. And I do try to spot guys, too, when I get killed. I forget also that that's not a way out of D. I hate D on this map. I try to spot guys when I get killed because, you know, I don't know how much people actually look at the minimap, but I find it helpful. And, you know, if you can give your team a little bit more support, or the pings, too, I end up accidentally pinging a lot of the time because my cursor will be a little bit off and it'll just ping a guy instead of spotting him. But, you know, it makes a difference. I think being aware of your surroundings is kind of a crucial element of any shooter, as is not killing yourself, which I failed at there. But yeah, being aware of your surroundings is huge. This map, this game doesn't have a mini-map, so you really want to keep checking the map pretty frequently in order to tell, you know, where they're coming from, where your team is. A nice E4 there again. That guy liked it. Yeah, man. C4 in this game. I love how they did it. I know people complained a lot, I think, early days of this game when it was, I guess, more populated, about C4 being ridiculous with how far you could throw it and how fast it comes out. And it is, but every class has it, man, so why not use it? It's so much fun. I've loved it as an item in a game ever since COD 4, when it wasn't quite as good. And I think Call of Duty tends to do that, right, where the key feature of the C4 is your ability to detonate it at will and leave it there. But this game makes it so much more portable and quick and kind of efficient as a reaching tool. It's a ton of fun. So I pretty much only ever rock the C4. And then again, the nades, man. You gotta be throwing them. That's 4 kills for free. I didn't even see those guys. Just knew they were gonna be down there. Started chucking. Same thing with the C4 here. That guy, oh, I really fumbled that. Because he did not see me. I had the C4 out. Should have had my gun, but oh well. I know there are gonna be a bunch to the left here. This spot is usually pretty hotly contested, this corridor. It's one of the few places in this map I find that, like, neither team really is able to lock down. all the time. Because a lot of the different areas on this map, you get like wiped out in constantly. Like it's one team wipes the other team out and then back and forth, back and forth. That side alley over there, I feel like usually it has more of an even contest where there's an ebb and a flow to it rather than like just all the way one way, all the way the other way. So it's a fun spot, but I've been noticing that they're really trying to push out this way, so really fuck up that C4, but trying to get those guys, clear them out. This spot, I know they're all gonna be there. Oh, if I had gotten that one off, that'd have been 2 more at least. I know I said that I'm using the MP7 in this game, but I feel like it's been mainly C4. But I guess that shows you the power of C4. You can, I mean, you can clear rooms, you can clear alleys, you can launch it like 30 feet. It's crazy. I do actually get a kill with the MP7 there. So, I do have a primary gun. But with how hectic this map is, you know. Gotta use your explosives. Bring boom. It's nice to hear people talking in this game again, because there's been, you know, a huge decline in the player base, which makes sense with how development has gone. Lack of follow through from the developers and a really, really slow timeline in terms of how stuff is getting pumped out. But it is nice to hear kind of the community that was there when the game started, because my favorite memories of BattleBit from a year ago are the hordes of people waiting for the match to start, just doing all kinds of weird stuff over the prox mics. You know, a lot of it was monkey noises. It was a lot of monkey noises, but it was fun, man. It was a good time. The RP with the, oh, get down, soldier, I got you, don't give up on me, man. I love that. Some of my best memories of this game. So it is good to hear people doing it every now and then, but I don't know. It makes me sad the way this game has gone, because this is the most fun shooter that I've played, the most fun I've had with a shooter since probably Battlefield 4. It feels a lot like a spiritual successor to that era of Battlefield games. I love the innovation of being able to build different pieces of cover. I think that it allows you to change the geometry of the map so much, and you know, like I said earlier with the angles, you're able to create angles that weren't there otherwise, and being able to find the right ones can change the tide of a fight or of an entire game. So I think that they've done something amazing with creating BattleBit, and it's just, you know, it was never gonna dethrone the big boys, you know, Call of Duty or even the corpse of Battlefield, but it's sad. I wish it would be a little bit more popular than it is. I hope that with the update, whenever the hell it comes out, you know, in 2027 or whenever it's gonna be, I hope that brings people back, because it's a fun game, man. And I think what I like about it too is that, you know, it has that spirit of a lot of those more casual shooters where you can just jump in for a round. There's no punishment for leaving or anything like that. There's no skill-based matchmaking, none of that kind of shit. You just jump in, have fun, run around, get kills. You know, you can go AFK for matches at a time in this game, and because the lobbies are so big, it lets you. You can just, you know, get up and leave, and I think that's nice for people who are a little bit more casual gamers too. I'm not the type to be grinding out ELO and Counter-Strike or any of that, so it's helpful, I think, for sure, to be able to just kind of post up, go prone, and not worry about having to rejoin a match if I have to get up for 5 minutes to take care of something. So I guess I'd say I'm cautiously optimistic about the state of the game. I think that it has, you know, it's been a year since, I guess it's still early access. Look at these guys. What are you doing? It's been a year since the game was released in early access, and I think that the people who are here now, a lot of them are kind of veterans. There are new players joining every day. I don't know how sustainable that's going to be, but I feel like there's always going to be at least a server, so I'm content that I'll be able to play this game more. But I'd love to see it have, I guess, more of a cultural impact, because I think that it does a lot of stuff right for a shooter. Whether or not they've handled the actual, development, whole different thing. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's just fun, man. The gunplay's fun. The little mechanics of, managing magazines and the bleeding, I think it's cool. I think it works. Was really hoping I'd get another 8 kills or whatever it was there with that little hole, but no luck. I decided to try it over here instead. Get Smexy Chewbacca. I don't know how that guy got yoinked from me. I had him for sure. I guess my teammate had the same idea, though. Based on how this ended up going, I think I might have to play around with the MP7 a little bit more. Because I do really enjoy it for those close quarter engagements. I think that the fire rate, the lack of recoil, means it's pretty good up close. It's an SMG. I don't know, they might have reclassified it as something different when they messed with that. So it's not great at range, and typically I do kind of play a little bit slower, I guess, than average. I looked at my kills per minute and scores per minute yesterday, and it's definitely not on the higher end. But, the methodical playstyle ends up doing pretty well for me. I have a solid KD in the game, and I feel like I'm usually able to make a difference on my team for the most part. Right here, I'm the only one holding down this push. I have got no support at all. So I'm trying to do what I can before the inevitable. But yeah, we're dominating. 770 tickets. It's our lead. So only a matter of time on this one. Just going to try to rack up what I can. My own barrier fucks me over there with that nade. But trying to keep them from being able to pull off the flank. Make sure that we finish off our crushing victory. Can't believe that nade didn't get either of those guys. And then right here, oh, I thought for a second I might get rezzed, so I gave it a beat, but then saw that it wasn't happening. I think that's the sort of thing that takes time to learn, and that a lot of people don't, I guess, care to, because oftentimes I'll be trying to revive somebody, and I'll see that they, they're behind cover, I'm behind cover, we're good, we're clear, but they give up. And it's been half a second since they died. Like, they get shot, I'm lying down behind the cover that they died behind. And they hold that space bar. Smash that motherfucking likey, And I don't get it. I don't get being that impatient. I know that a lot of the time people don't revive, and you can start to give up on the idea of someone reviving you. But I think it's worth it to wait like 2 seconds at least and see if maybe someone's gonna. But not everybody shares that point of view, I suppose. Right here I'm in a weird spot because I knew they were going to be pushing out from B. I didn't think I could really take them head on. So, end up getting killed. Too many angles there. And I take a second to see where I really want to be now. And decide to join this push back towards C. And kind of D too. And I'm going to go on the outside. My guy ends up taking that dude out, thankfully. I might have been screwed there otherwise. But yeah, we're getting close to the end. Picking guys off where I can. See that guy. I'm just kind of following him. Grab a couple kills on the way. And he doesn't seem to be aware. Just like that guy isn't either. He still doesn't know. Had to leave that one in there. I love that. Oh my god, this fucking... That is... I mean, the proximity chat is so fun in this game too, with people saying all that kind of stuff after they die, getting to hear a little bit. I completely missed that guy in the corner, but thankfully my teammate doesn't. Looks like I'd done some damage to him with the frag anyway. Yeah, 78 and 21 to this point. I think this might end up being the most kills I've gotten in a game. I had a moment where I was like, can I get 100? Can I drop the 100 bomb on him? But it's not to be. I'm not that guy, pal. I wish I had it in me, but I think that my play style doesn't lend itself to that so much, so unless I can be chucking 100 nades and C4s in a game, I'm not getting close. But pretty good game regardless. I forgot that I had the sledgehammer because I don't have the grappling hook or the ammo pack unlocked yet. But yeah, Namak is not my favorite map. I can go through maps and my different kind of thoughts on play styles for them, or what's good about them, what's not so good about them. If there's any interest in that, I'd be happy to make videos like that. But for now, I'm just kind of enjoying making these little commentaries about my thought process, I guess, as I go through a game, and about the state of the game overall. So if there's any part of this video that you found particularly enjoyable, or, you know, something that you feel like isn't working, like that grenade, let me know. Feel free to comment. I'm pretty new to this, so if you've got ideas about what I could be doing differently, I'm happy to hear them. But for now, I think I'm going to just keep on doing what feels fun. And right now, that's BattleBit to me, as it was a year ago. Waste an entire mag shooting where I hope that guy is going to come into. Yeah, it's got a certain je ne sais quoi, I guess. Little blind fire two-piece there. And I pull out the pistol and decide to panic. Oh, right, I don't have the Glock. I prestiged. I don't have the Glock. I have the MP443. Which is okay. The sidearms in this game are fine. I like the Deagle the most, I think. But yeah. That's pretty much it. 81 and 23 is the final. Pretty happy with that. I think that's my best yet. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.